Last Wednesday, my day started off pretty ordinarily, maybe even a bit worse than usual. I was cramming in one last business call before rushing off to work. It was a stressful day. We were dealing with a high-stakes client, and tension was running high. At that point, I had no idea that my furry friend, Max, would turn out to be the office hero. As I walked into the office that day, the atmosphere was odd. I was greeted with the peculiar sound of laughter echoing through the usually solemn hallways. Following the sound, I pushed open my boss's office door and was met with an unusual sight. My dog, Max, was sitting triumphantly in the boss's chair, wearing a tie, as my coworkers circled around him, erupting with laughter. Confused, I turned to my colleague who told me that my son had decided to give Max a tour of my office during my business call. Now, Max was no stranger to a good game of dress-up, thanks to my son's wild imagination. But seeing him posing as a faux executive had the whole office splitting their sides. However, the hilarity of the situation soon began to sink, replaced by panic as I remembered the importance of the day. Just then, my boss walked in, trailed by our client, Mr. Harrison, a stern-faced man known for his tough negotiations. His appearance drained the color from my face. I had just turned a serious business meeting into a comedy show. It was over, I thought. My job was on the line. But then, the most unexpected thing happened. Instead of displaying his usual stern countenance, Mr. Harrison broke into a wide grin. His stern eyes softened, and he laughed as he extended his hand to pat Max's head. He confessed that he was a dog lover and that he had one just like Max at home. What we had assumed would turn into a disaster had just taken a favorable turn. Seeing the client's interaction with Max, my boss smartly took the opportunity to subtly steer the conversation towards our business deal. Max's unexpected visit had warmed up the usually hard-to-crack Mr. Harrison, and he was suddenly more receptive to our proposal. Eventually, we ended up closing the deal, the biggest one of the year. As we celebrated, my boss declared Max as our office's unofficial mascot and lucky charm.